to the show. So in today's episode, I'd like to talk about a prophetic dream that I had in 2013. It's been a while since I had this dream, but it's always been in the back of my mind to make a video about this dream because it's the most realist dream I've ever had in my life. I wouldn't even call it a dream because most dreams are very weird, they don't make sense. But the reason why I wouldn't call this a dream is because it just makes complete sense. There is a beginning of my dream all the way to the end of my dream, and everything in between it's just like linear. It just goes from A to B. There's no diverting or anything that I experienced in this dream. So I drew a map of what happened in my dream, and that's why I'm saying like there wasn't anything that moved in this dream. Everything was just like I would say solid. Things that were located where they were in the dream, they never moved. So everything stayed the same, enough for me to draw a map. So now I'll explain my dream. So in 2013, I went home early from work and I just got something to eat. I went to my apartment and I ate the food that I bought, and it was maybe around 12 or 1 o'clock. So I decided to take a nap because I was feeling a little bit tired. So I took a nap. When I took this nap, that's when I woke up to the dream. So when I woke up in the dream, what the first thing I noticed was that I was looking down at my feet. Straight down on the ground. That's how I woke up from the dream. Well, I woke up in the dream. I woke up staring at my feet, and I was wearing white shoes. So I noticed also around my feet, it was like brown dirt. So I'm looking down at my feet, and then I raise my head. And while I'm raising my head, it's very windy, and I can feel all the wind rushing all over. And it's brown dirt, right? But when I'm lifting my head, then I can see grass, and the grass is moving too. There's a lot of wind. So when I lift my head, I can see all these helicopters in the sky, like just a bunch of helicopters just zooming around. Well, they're just floating there and they're creating all this wind. So I see the helicopters and I'm just like, what's going on? And so I look to my left and there's a bunch of people next to me also. It's like a crowd of people of various types, of different races. And when I look at them, they're scared too. They're just like all worried what's going on, a whole group of worried people. And they just look super terrified. So I look at them and then I look to the distance beyond like where the immediate area is. I look to the distance and there's like a school. So I will show you on the map where this takes place. So when I woke up in the dream, I'm here. As I explained, it's like a track, like at a school. This is a school because in this area is a lot of grass, and this is where the helicopters are floating. And I'm here on the track with the brown dirt. And in here, there was grass. So that's when I woke up, I'm looking at my feet here, I lift my head, I see the grass, and that's when I see the helicopters. So when I look to my left, that's where I see this crowd of people. They're here, and they're scared. And when I look beyond the distance, that's when I see this school. When I look at the school, there's a bunch of like soldiers, and they are taking out the teachers and the principal. I can tell there are teachers and the principal because the clothes they were wearing. They were wearing like, the principal's wearing like a blazer, and the teachers were wearing like dresses with skirts. Very like, I would say like 1980s teachers looking. They just represented teachers very much to me. And they were getting taken out of the school, which is this building here. It's like an administration building. And so they're being taken out of the school, and they're handcuffed. They had their hands behind their back. So they were taking them out of the school with their handcuffed, and they're rounding them up. The other people that were here, they were also being rounded up as well. When I'm standing here, after looking at those things, what catches my attention after that, from looking in the distance, is a Chinese soldier. He's a Chinese soldier. He's wearing the green fatigues, the army uniform. He has a big AK-47, huge gun, in his hand like this. And so, when I'm looking at the distance, then I see him right in front of me with the gun. Chinese soldier. I'm like, whoa, like, where did you come from? You're right in front of me. So he's like, his face has no smile. He just looks like the most serious dude ever. And he has no smile on his face. And he gets close to me and he hands me this. It's like a painter suit. But what I realize now, it was more of a hazmat suit. Well, he doesn't really hand it to me. I bought this in Home Depot for an example of what this guy gave me. Well, he didn't, like I said, he didn't give it to me. What he did was, when I noticed him, I see his face, I see the gun, then he has this suit, and he like shoves it in my stomach, like really hard, like that, like here, like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what the hell, that was rough. And so after he gives me the suit, he kind of just walked away. He walks away that way. So he's implying here, you got to put this suit on. When he gave me this suit, shoved it in my gut, I had this feeling that when I looked at the suit, in my dream, what I felt, and I've never had this feeling before in a dream or in real life, was that they're going to kill us. They're going to kill us. Like, it's as if all the blood rushed out of my body. I immediately, and I felt sad. Like, this is it. This is it. They're going to kill us right now. Like, as soon as I put on this suit, they're killing us. And I felt horrible. I felt like a big feeling of this is over. It's all over. It ends right now. And there was no hope. I just felt awful. So after he gave me the suit, I looked to the crowd to my left, and I seen that they all had a suit as well. Now they had a suit. They've given them a suit as well. And when I look back at my suit, I was worried, but then all of a sudden this kind of a feeling of courage mixed with anger, it rushed into me, into my whole being. I felt angry. I was like, no. I looked at the suit and I said, no. Like, no, I'm not putting this on. And I just got so brave, I threw it on the ground. No, I'm not wearing this. I just threw it to the floor. I said, I'm not putting this on. You know, it's going to be harder than that to get rid of me. So after I did that, I looked to the people on my left and that crowd, and I told them, don't put it on. Throw it. I said, don't put it on. And then they got their courage as well. And they all just threw their suits down. Like right here in this area, there's a fence here. And I remember them just throwing their suits to the ground by that fence. After they threw down their suits, I said, run. Run. So we started running. We just took off in a mad dash. Here's another thing I want to mention in this dream, was that, you know, when you're trying to run in a dream or do something physical, it's very difficult to do that kind of stuff in a dream. But what I remember specifically in this dream was that I ran. I felt like I was running. I've never felt that in a dream ever before, but I was running fast as I can with these people. We were running fast. So after that, I was here. The crowd of people was here. We threw our suits down to the ground. I said run. We started running this way, and there was a gate here. We ran out this gate. We just ran out this gate. We all poured out of it. When we were going this way, there was another soldier here, and he was looking this way, and he had a walkie-talkie. When we were running here, I just said, run them over. and we just all ran him over. We stampeded over this guy. And when we stampeded over him, he fell over and he dropped his walkie-talkie. He didn't see us coming because, as I mentioned, he was looking this way. So we ran him over and he dropped his walkie-talkie. And after we picked up the walkie-talkie, run. And he was like on the ground because we just knocked him down real good. After that, we ran out the gate. And then this is a neighborhood. This is like a street right here. We ran into this neighborhood. I remember seeing all these houses here. There's a whole row of houses. We ran out. We ran up the street. We were running. When we got here, we noticed there was a big wall, a big gigantic wall. That's like, you know those walls that block the freeway, separate the neighborhood from a freeway? That's what that wall was. Like there was a freeway on the other side. So we ran this way, down that, because there was nowhere else to go. We ran this way. We were terrified. We just want to go anywhere, run away from here. We ran this way. We ran down the street like just huffing it. Doom, run as fast. As soon as we got to the end of this block, there was a driveway here. We ran, we weren't even thinking. We just wanted to get out of there so bad. There was no time to think. That's what I remember so bad. There was no time to think. It was just, you gotta run for your life. We ran up this driveway. There's a garage. We ran into the garage without even asking questions or anything. We were just scared. We ran in the garage. We were hiding in the garage. Then on the side of the garage, there was a door here. So the lady that lived here, she was watering the grass right here. And she seen us all run in there. And she was like really concerned and worried, like, what's going on? We started coming out of the door of the garage, but we told her from here, hide us. They're coming after us. Please hide us. This lady's like, oh my gosh, she's all concerned. And there's a tree right here. That's what this green thing is, a tree. When I came out of the garage, a big dog. He was a big white dog. He looked like a wolf almost. He jumped out from the tree, from behind the tree. When I seen him, I didn't even care. It looked like a big scary dog. But what was surprising to me was I wasn't afraid at all of this dog. What I was afraid of was this. And so when this dog jumped out, I didn't even flinch. I didn't even care. And the dog was big, as I mentioned. But then we told the lady, hide us, please. They're coming to get us. So the lady said, yes, come in my house, come in the house. We came into her house, and we all poured in through the porch. I still remember how it felt and what it looked like, everything. Like, I can never forget anything of this dream. I cannot. And so we went into the house. We were all in this living room area, the entrance way. And there were stairs to go upstairs. So we all came inside, and we were all just breathing very hard and scared. And then when I came in here, there was a staircase going upstairs. The lady, she practically just let us, yes, I don't know what's going on. Because, as I mentioned, in this crowd, there was like children and different people of ages. So when we came to this lady's house, she knew we weren't playing around. So she just like let us go in her house and just get comfortable and just be in my house. I don't know what's going on, right? And so I just walking around, I went upstairs. So when I went upstairs, I was just like looking around and scared, of course, but I wasn't even in the house. In my mind, I was like, just thinking, oh my gosh. And so I'm just walking in her house like, freaking, really, I'm going to say, I don't want to say dazed, but just shocked. Put it that way. I was just shocked walking around in her house. I was just shocked walking around in her house. So after I was walking around for a little while, I went back downstairs and all the people were gone, except the lady. When I went back down, I was like, where's everybody at? Where'd everybody go? So the lady's like, they left. And I said, what? In my mind, I said, they left me. They moved on. They went somewhere else without me. Oh my gosh, how could they leave me here? So I just asking the lady, what? Like, where the heck? No way. As I was telling her this, the people came back in again. All of those people came back in, but what they did was they came back with more people. They came back with more people. which to me was crazy. That means that they left the house, went back somewhere and brought more people. They rescued more people to bring to the house. There was two things I felt after that happened. First thing I felt was, wow, these people are like insanely crazy brave. They are brave. Because I would never have left this house. I felt ashamed of myself. But you know what? It was just so terrifying that I would just thought to myself, I would never have left this house. These guys are so brave. And that's what I thought. The first thing was, dang, like what a wuss I am. Because I stayed there. Well, I didn't know they left me, you know. But that's one thing I thought I would have never left. And the second thing was that they are brave. That these people are crazy brave. Like insanely, mindlessly brave. So they brought back more people here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are nuts. But thank God you're back. I'm so glad you're back. And oh, good thing you brought more people. That's awesome. So after I felt relief and I felt good, calm again. What I did was I kind of walked around a little bit among the people, and then I went back upstairs. I remember the stairs were like a staircase where you go up, and then it's like a flat, and then it goes up. So it was like you walk like to the right, and then go up to the next floor. So this would happen when I went back up on the second floor. When I went back up, I go in another room when I get to the second floor. I go in that room. In that room, there's a window. Just to say this is the window here. This square is the window. I go to the window. When I look out the window, because it makes sense, all this map, it doesn't move. So I'm going to be here in the second floor, right? And I guess the house was higher than the garage, of course, because it's a second floor. So when I'm in this room, I'm looking out this window here. This window is here. So I'm looking out the window, and it's like I could see past this wall. When I see past this wall, it's a riverbed. So it wasn't like, there's a freeway with a riverbed all the time. Like by the cities, there's always a freeway riverbed type of deal. So I'm looking out the window here, and what I see is more helicopters over here. There's more helicopters. There's more helicopters over here, and they're rounding up more people over here in the riverbed. I guess they try to run to the riverbed and hide there. So there's more helicopters, and I'm seeing it from the window like, oh my gosh, they're rounding up more people in that area of the riverbed, which makes sense because this wall was the riverbed where we ran by. That's the wall that stops the riverbed. And when I'm looking out the window, there's that riverbed, and people are being captured there. They're being rounded up. They're being rounded up as well. So when I look out the window, that's what I'm looking at. Looking into the riverbed, and people are being rounded up in the riverbed. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not ending. This is going to keep going. Obviously we don't know. This is the beginning of we don't know what. So while I'm looking at the window, I can see all the helicopters over here, right? So that's when my dream ends. That's when my dream ends. Like the ending of my dream is the craziest. It's one I would say the whole dream's crazy to me because it felt like I was there. Like I have no trouble remembering this dream at all. The beginning to the end of it. I even could draw the whole map of what happened. To me, this is like not a dream. I've had so many dreams in my life, and not one of them has ever come close to being this real. Like I was there. So the craziest part of my dream is, one of the craziest part of my dreams was the ending. The ending. Because as I mentioned, I go to this window here. I'm looking out the window, and I see helicopters, right? When I wake up from my dream, in the living room of my apartment, I always had this big window in front of the living room area. There was always a big window. So I must have fell asleep like here on the couch. The couch was kind of here. When I woke up from my dream, okay, the ending of my dream is me looking out the window. That's the ending of my dream. looking out the window and seeing helicopters. When I wake up from my dream on the couch, I look out the window, this window in my living room, and what do I see out the window? A helicopter. A helicopter right out the window, flying around. That's what I woke up to, a helicopter, just like my dream. The ending of my dream was the same as when I woke up. So that freaked me out a lot. What I want to mention too, right now, is I did a little bit of video, because I moved from where I lived. Because for a while, I was just like, after that dream, I was just so paranoid and worried that could happen. That they could invade the United States, or they could invade Los Angeles, because that's where I live, Los Angeles area. At the time, I was living in Los Angeles. And after I woke up from that dream and had that dream, I was very worried, and I just thought, this is going to happen. This is really going to happen. And so, like, it's kind of weird because, like, I remember this story in the Bible of Joseph. He tells the Pharaoh his dream, because the Pharaoh has a weird dream about these cows, skinny cows that ate these fat cows. And after the skinny cows ate these fat cows, the cows were still skinny. So the Pharaoh said that the cows looked horrible. And then the second dream that he had was like these corn, I think it was corn stalks. They looked horrible, and these other corn, basically like this healthy corn turned to like horrible corn. And he was just really worried about that dream. So then that guy Joseph, they got him to interpret his dream, because he didn't know what it meant. So Joseph told them that in 7 years there's going to be a famine. 7 years there's going to be a famine. So after remembering that story, I actually had to look it up again, because I remembered that story. I looked it up. So I said, because like as I mentioned, my dream, it took place in... My dream took place in 2013. My dream took place in 2013. So when I read that story in the Bible about Joseph, telling him when his dream was going to happen, he told him it was going to happen in 7 years. There's going to be 7 good years and 7 bad years. So I thought to myself, well, 2013, my dream's going to happen in 7 years. That's just something I was playing around with. You know, if it's like a prophetic dream, then it's going to happen in 7 years. That whole time after 2013, I told many people about my dream. And like going to like 2015, 16, I remembered those 7 years, and I started telling people, hey, this is going to happen in 2020. My dream of all this stuff going on is going to happen in 2020. And so, yes. When all those crises of COVID and all that stuff started happening in 2020, I couldn't believe it. I started to think, my dream's coming true. My dream is coming true. So something weird that also happened was, like when all the COVID stuff started happening, I turned on the news, I was watching the news, and okay, you know what happened in China, right? That all that stuff started happening in China. When I turn on the TV, I'm looking at the news, and they're talking about this virus, worldwide virus going on. I see this guy, a Chinese guy, spraying down all this stuff, and a lot of people wearing what? They're wearing this. They're wearing this suit. It's not a painter suit, but it's one of those hazmat suits, and they're wearing this. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that's just like my dream. That is just like my dream. Where they're making us wear these suits. Now I'm looking at all these people wearing like these hazmat suits. It's so crazy. It just started like falling into place. And since 2020, we've all been in pretty bad shape. Like we're just paranoid, we're worried, we don't know what's going on. Now problems are getting way worse with the financial crisis. The prices of everything are skyrocketing. And it's like day to day we can't afford things. The gas, the food, housing, rent, you name it. And now all these businesses are shutting down. They've been shutting down for the longest time. And it's not ending. It's not ending. There's so many things that are like planned. So after this dream happened to me, I don't want to say it like so I would say harsh, in a harsh manner, but I became like this guy that's just researching conspiracies and not going too far into that, but just really concerned about what exactly is going on with everything. And so for these 7 years up to 2020, I was just researching a lot of stuff, like with the housing and the bills, the prices on stuff. So I told my wife, let's move before. I'll write it down. Let's move before what? Before 2020 happens. Let's move. I said let's move to another state. Let's move to somewhere else because it's gonna happen, and I think it's gonna happen in Los Angeles area. So she didn't want to move. She's like, no, my family's here and my jobs and all, my job and our jobs are here and all this stuff. I said, listen, I think we should move. Like, my dream is so real, and I just think it's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. We should move. And we never really moved. We didn't move. But like in the year 2021, after all the pandemic started and all those things were going on, the lockdowns, stay at home order, right? And you can't go visit your family in Christmas or Thanksgiving, which is crazy. But hey, you can use the internet to talk to each other, right? That was like, we got to do something. I was still thinking that. So 2021, we moved far away. We moved like the county of Riverside, but further away from Riverside City. We're further from that. So, which is like, it's really open over here. There's mountains. So I'm glad about that, because I think when stuff goes down, you don't want to be in the city, because people nowadays, they've trained them, they have programmed people to be more aggressive through like social media, movies, music. It's all like, in my opinion, they control media and they tell us to be mean to each other. Like, even when you go on social media, most of the comments are like very negative. Like, oh, you're stupid and F you. And it's just going back and forth, people fighting with each other. Like, oh my gosh, like, why are you fighting so much? Like, how could you get pleasure in arguing about some topic on the internet? But just, you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of hate. A lot of hate out there. A lot of hate on social media, which doesn't make any sense. But what they also say is that if you look up something, it's called the fake internet theory. What is the fake internet theory? That's basically saying that most comments on social media are fake. Like 90% of those comments are bots. So when you read the comments, it's actually like programs writing those comments, not people. So you know, when you watch a video, you're going to be like, oh, let me read the comments. Let me see what the comments say. That's natural. They put fake comments there to like sway your opinion about stuff. Like lately, I've been noticing a lot of comments talk about politics. It's like, why do they keep talking about politics? Because the next presidency is coming up. Like, it'll be a comment like, oh, this guy must be a Biden voter. Oh, he must be a Trump supporter. Like any video I'm watching, it's like some guy fell down. Oh, he's dumb. He must be a Biden supporter. I've never seen comments like that till recently. Why? Because the elections are coming up. So now they want us to just be divided, basically. Democrat, Republican. When we're all people that are paying the taxes. We're all poor. Why are we fighting each other when we're all poor? We're the ones suffering. While the wealthy people, the politicians, like, the real truth is, we don't run anything. And I'm going to say it, I really believe our votes don't count. Our votes don't count. They're just humoring us. Vote for him, vote for them. And if whatever you wanted doesn't happen, it's because you didn't vote for it. Or the whole squad didn't vote for it. So we're going to be blaming each other. Hey, you didn't vote for it, or we need to elect this other guy. It's already planned. Everything's planned. And so they're humoring us with TV. Like, look at how many streaming shows there are, how many channels you could watch when the whole world is burning. Like, literally, there's so many things going on in the whole world. It's not just our country, United States, but many countries are experiencing crazy things. But what I'm telling you is that it's all planned by this one world government. The one world government owns everything. They own the corporations. That's why they got rid of all these mom and pops businesses. Because those people were also employing people. They had employees. Not just running their own businesses and deciding what kind of food ingredients they're going to use. Not just that, but they employed a lot of people. Now all those people lost jobs. Now it's corporations that employ a lot of people, and now they're downsizing to get rid of people and not give us money. So it's not like an assumption that everything's getting worse. What I believe is not like a coincidence. This is not a coincidence. It's been planned. But they're just lying to us by politicians. Those politicians are puppets. Every politician is a puppet. Like, here's another thing I want to say is like, which I always explain to people as well, is that like every president is a puppet. And they're just flip-flopping with these presidents. That's why they have Democrat and Republicans. The Democrat is supposed to be the hip guy, cool, liberal, and hey, we're going to have fun and everything's going to be fine. Then the Republican guy, he's the serious guy. Oh, we're going to do business, we're going to do war, and no on that, and more strict rules. So they're just flip-flopping with those two sides. It's just to keep us complacent. To keep us complacent with these people that are promising us. Another thing, like presidents, they're only there for 4 or 8 years, depending how long they want to use this guy. So that means like a guy could come in, change everything around, promise the world to you for 4 years after they just stall that person. They don't let him do his promises. So like, for example, I'm going to say, look at, let's think about the presidents, right? So we're going to go back, like, let's say Ronald Reagan. Reagan, he was like Republican, right? He's like, well, at that time he's cool. He's a cool guy. I think he's Republican, or is he Democrat? I don't remember. But the whole point I'm trying to say is like, he's an actor. He was a cowboy actor. He becomes president. Crazy. He's an actor. Straight up actor. So he's all cool and he's like, he's all funny guy and everybody loves him. But you know, they're doing all this other stuff behind the scenes. Because he's not in charge. He's a puppet. And so he's a nice guy to get everybody thinking that we're going to go in the right direction. He's only there for like 4 years or 8. I'm not sure it's his presidency, but it's temporary is my point. Temporary presidency. After he leaves, it's who? Bush. Bush Senior. Right? The senior Bush. What is he? He's very serious. Read my lips. And he took us to war in Iraq or Kuwait. He's a war president. That's what I'm telling you. One guy's cool, one guy's not. So then after he's done doing his thing, who's president after him? Clinton. Clinton's a Democrat. I'm sorry, he's Clinton. Yeah, he's a Democrat. Playing the saxophone on late night TV. He's so cool and hip and nice, you know, playing the nice guy role. So after we go to war and all that damage is done, bring in the nice guy. Damage control. He's all like, everything's okay, everybody. I'm going to be the president. Everything's fine. Everybody's like, yeah, he's so cool. Great. We're gonna be great again. After he's done, who's after him? Bush again, the son. The son, in 2000, he's the president. What happens? 9/11, we're gonna go to war again. We have to go after this terrorist, weapons of mass destruction. Again, another war president taking us further into this war crisis. He's there for 8 years, doing all that stuff that that happened. And during that time, all the movies included war in Afghanistan. All the movies, even like Iron Man. That movie Iron Man, they were like in Afghanistan or something. Like, why are they there? It's to bury these ideas in our mind that we want to go to war. We want to be soldiers. Those people are terrorists. We have to go to that region and demolish that region, which they already planned to restructure it, to bring them under the one world government, which they did to every country is under the one world government, right? So after Bush did all that stuff, who do they bring in? The nice guy again. Who's the nice guy? Obama. See, now this time Obama, they really needed him. Why? Because he's black. So it's like, oh, we don't have a white president anymore. We have a black guy. So this black guy, he's going to help us because he's like us. Like, he's not, he's an average person. He's not this rich elite, comes from all this, elite family or whatever. He's a nice guy. He's going to promise everything. And then what did he say? Hope. Change. Yes, we can. Oh my gosh, I still remember all that. Hope. Change. Yes, we can. That didn't matter. Because look where we're at now. Look where we're at now. Everything that guy said, it was a joke. It was like, no disrespect to you guys. Because, we all voted for this. We believe in these people. I believed in these people too. But it's not for us to fight. We should not fight. We should be more bonded. As things get worse, we need to be more bonded. We need to help each other, and we need to be calm. And we need to use our logical, practical mind. And we gotta just, grow our own food and share, and just don't fight. Do not fight. Be relaxed. Fighting is not the answer. That's illogical. Fighting is logical. It won't help us. So Obama, he promised all these things and nothing happened. He said he was going to stop the war. He didn't stop the war. If anything, those wars are, still raging. There's still wars going on, more war. So after Obama did all that, who did they bring in after Obama? That's right, Trump. See the pattern? Nice guy, mean guy. Nice guy, mean guy. Nice guy, mean guy. Trump is who? Trump is the mean guy. Right? Oh, he's racist. And, he don't like China. And he disrespects women. He disrespects races. He seems like a wealthy elitist. But what does he say? He also has his own little slogans too, to brainwash us. What is the slogan? Make America great again. That he's like a white Obama. Because Obama said, yes we can, change, hope. And this guy, another one of those slogans. Yes, make America great again. Make America great again. Which is like, to be honest with you, there's no America. There's no Canada. There's no Mexico. There is no United Kingdom. We are all these subjects under this one world government. And all the presidents who are puppets, they go to summits. The G20 summit, the G8 summit. And in those summits, they tell them what they're going to do to us. How they're going to, the laws, the technology. All those things are planned at those summits. Those one world United Nations summits, they're all planned there. What we're going to eat. Is it a coincidence that every country has cell phones? Every country has cell phones. The cell phones have microphones, they have video cameras. Okay, that's like a complete surveillance of all these people in the world. Not only that, not only does everybody have a cell phone, which is very, very suspicious, but almost every country, I believe like practically every country has social media. Now, look at, if Facebook was created in the United States, why would every country allow Facebook to capture data from their country? Why would every country just say, yeah, upload your photos to Facebook, show your daily activities, whatever you want to show, put it on Facebook. Another, technology from another country. Why would they allow their citizens to do that? It's run by the one world government. They're capturing all our data. And they're just trying to make it seem like, oh, China is evil. That's why we don't deal with China, or we butt heads with China. But it's so hilarious because China's making all of our goods practically. So if China's our enemy, why are they making all of our goods? Why don't we make our own goods? Why is China making all our goods? Oh, it's cheap labor. Wait a minute, that still doesn't make any sense because they're our enemy, aren't they? Why are we buying goods from our enemy? And if we were enemies, wouldn't we just like completely shut down the commerce between us? It's dumb. It's dumb. This is all lies. So, my dream that happened in 2013. Since then, I've educated myself a lot on what's really going on in the world. And one thing I want to mention that was kind of creepy was that when I was filming some footage for this video about looking at my shoes, I filmed it on this field next to my house. There's a field there, empty field. When I was filming that footage, because I thought to myself, because the field, see, that's also like very prophetic to me, because that field is just like the one I had in my dream. Although that's a school, there's still like a dirt path that goes like this. From my house is right here, that dirt path goes like this. It looks just like my dream in a way. Very much represents that area in my dream. Like when I moved over here, I went for a walk there, and it just kind of like deja vu'd me right there. I said, oh my gosh, this is like the dream. Like seems to be happening. So when I was filming this footage here, what do I see out of nowhere? Out of nowhere, because this never happens. A helicopter. It's flying so low and it lands right here. It lands by this business. Like what the heck? That's never happened. Even when I was going to film this footage today, I thought to myself, should I film this footage? Should I do this for the video? Something kept telling me, yeah, just do it. Just do it so the viewers can see clearly like a representation of what you're trying to show them from the dream. Just do this. I went out there, I filmed it, and the helicopter it's not a coincidence. This helicopter, well, people could say, yeah, it is a coincidence. But to me, it's very weird and it's eerie. Very eerie that the day that I go to film some footage to show you guys this, a helicopter comes out of nowhere and lands right there. But that's so creepy. But okay guys, so what do you think of my dream? What do you think of what I'm talking about? I know people are going to say you're crazy because some people are harsh. Some people are mean. They're not going to really just like try to have a discussion with you or reason. Some people don't want to reason with you. They just want to bash you and smash you. And so that's sad. I hope my viewers are not like that. If you come across this video, I really just ask you to be peaceful and nice and just talk to me logically, because that's what kind of person I want to be. I want to be a peaceful, logical person, practical. And you know what? Help each other. If I know you, I'll always try to give you the support, tell you that you can do your best. You can do your best, and just be patient, be peaceful, try to improve yourself, study, apply for a better job, help your family, be kind to your family. Your family might drive you crazy. And your brothers, your sisters, your mom, your dad, your cousins, uncles and aunts, these people could drive you crazy. But just be peaceful with them. because in peace there's logic. In peace there's this it's just a very kind and wonderful environment when there's peace. But if you start fighting with people, you start name calling, being rude, and you're not using your logical side, you're using your emotional side, which is like angry. And don't let your emotions get the best of you. Use your logic. Think your way through. Call people. Hey, how are you? That's good. I just call you to say hi. I'm not trying to ask you for anything. How was your life? Communicate with people, because life is not forever. We're not going to be here forever. One day, it's hard to believe, but we're not going to be here. This stuff, we won't see it anymore. Who knows? You're going to be dead, buried. And after that, you're not going to be here. So use this time for peace and love. And with your friends, reach out to your friends. Go out to eat with them. Spend time with them. Play games together. Just enjoy each other's company. Don't worry about being evil or angry. I want to be number one. I'm ambitious. And I don't have patience for you. I want money. Don't be that way. Do not be that way. That's never going to take you anywhere. The guy who's humble, the guy who's kind, that's who's remembered. They will remember you. That's our nature. Our nature is to remember you when you're a nice person. You say like, that guy always was nice to me. She was always kind. That's what life is for. That's what you remember. So thanks for watching today's episode. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you're doing great and feeling great. Don't forget to smile. Keep a smile on your face. Although all this stuff is happening, keep smiling. Enjoy your life and be happy. So I'm going to be making more content soon. Other stuff I like doing, my hobbies and this and that. But this is a dream that I wanted to tell you guys about because it's been in the back of my mind for a very long time. Since 2013. Over 10 years already. So I want to make this video for you guys. And I want to know what you think. Alright guys. So stay cool and stay happy. And I'll see you on the next one.